Well, I'm Dr. Gankam Tambo. I'm an education scientist and I studied educational science, philosophy, and sociology in Bonn and Berlin. I'm a German citizen which is now living here with my husband and my kids in Cameroon. Prior to this, I worked as a scientist for the University of Bochum. I trained teachers and I did research in international and intercultural organization, education in the field of comparative education. Prior to that, I worked as a primary school teacher in 2 different schools in Berlin. So I have the practice on the field and I have the scientific expertise on education, I can say as such, yeah.
Et si vous pouvez nous dire vos responsabilités avant d'arriver vos responsabilités ici en tant que fondatrice de l'école. C'est-à-dire,
tu peux commencer par la motivation.
Bon, la motivation est mieux, non?
Oui,
voilà. Qu'est-ce qui vous a motivé à venir créer une école comme celle-ci ici au Cameroun?
After my PhD, I started research in international schools. I looked at different international schools on the whole globe, more literature and a few in Germany. Then when I came to Cameroon, I took a look at certain international schools around here in Yaounde. For example, the Turkish school network and the Christian school in Oja. It's an American school. Also the Enko school group and all beautiful schools I liked very, very much. Why I then decided to create my own school, well, it took quite a while. It took some motivational words from friends and family because I was a little bit scared. I didn't know how to create a school, but the whole thing just started rolling and voila, we're here now. And from the scientific perspective, why I then thought it might make sense to create a German school in Cameroon was point A, because it doesn't exist. That was what my research found out. There's no school which runs the German curriculum using German textbooks just exactly as in Germany. And where German is language of instruction. What I also considered as quite vital or necessary or fruitful as a beautiful symbiosis is that we run the 3 curricula. We root the kids in Cameroon with their culture, the benefit of having English and French as languages of the country, and to add a 3rd world language, which is German. With the German culture, we do all the festivities. They also do in Germany with the Saint Martin, Saint Nicholas. We also do tiny carnival celebrations. We do activities for Easter. So to synchronize the 3 cultures, Anglophone, Francophone, and German, I consider as just a huge gift, a huge heritage you transfer to the kids today. So having myself running 2 cultures in me, I was born and socialized and grew up completely in German from the kindergarten up to my PhD degree. I was completely German socialized, but my other background is a Nigerian, and I know how fruitful is it to be aware of your own background, to benefit from speaking the 2 languages at least, or here there are 3, and to be proud of having the 2 feet on the ground. And I want my own children also, and the children who attend this school, to be aware of their country, the heritage they have here, and also to have the door already open to another continent, to another part of the world, and to be in the position to easily move around in that area. So having the 3 languages, that's practically almost no spot on earth they can't get into contact with others or get a good job or to feel at home also. It's beautiful to hear that they all feel at ease, that they all feel happy and at home. I think the atmosphere I try to avoid, let me put it rather like this, is an atmosphere to work with the feeling of being under constant control and constant suppression. So what I try to make them feel is that I really respect and I highly value their competencies. And I always ask them, I always take their views into consideration or ask for their perspectives too. And I try to keep the hierarchies flat, although at the same time we have hierarchies here. But I want them to feel happy here, to be happy to come here, and not to create a bossy atmosphere, because on the one hand, each human being has to be respected for his or her competencies. On the other hand, if the staff does not feel at ease, it is very dangerous for the children then also to stay here. So the children are only happy if the staff is happy. If I let them feel that I'm controlling them, looking for errors in this kind of control, not controlling that everything is done rightly, but always this looking for errors, it makes them nervous, and then they do the errors, and the people who will suffer are the children. So what is very important in this kind of area of work is to have a loving, peaceful atmosphere. I say I want this school quiet. Everybody should be at ease. Everybody should love each other and respect each other, because that is what we also teach the children. Mutual respect, no matter who you are dealing with. And that is what they have to live and to the atmosphere they have to transmit to the children. The school is organizationally divided into 3 sections, larger sections: the Francophone, the Anglophone, and the German section. Madame Sylviane Douanla is the head of the Francophone section, and she makes sure that everything concerning the pedagogy and the curriculum is being well operated. At the same time, Mr. Elvis Fuamo is in charge of the Anglophone section, doing likewise. I'm head of the German section, and I make sure that the curriculum and the nursery and the primary are also well executed. So like this, we cooperate together. As we are a trilingual school, we're not a trilingual language school, but we operate according to curricula given by ministries. That means we also take exams according to the ministry, according to the curriculum. And which means also that if children might switch to another school, for example, to a school only Francophone, they won't have any problems to follow the lessons there, because they have the same textbooks and the same lessons here also. The same with English and the same with German. That means also, as from class 6, end of class 5, parents will then choose how the kid will continue, if it will continue with the Francophone Cameroonian system or the Anglophone Cameroonian system. While here we always double. We remain then, as from class 6, we remain bilingually, or CM2. That means as from CM2, the child might continue Francophone with German, and then it will continue bilingually like this, and continue with the Cameroonian school living certificates and school living exams after primary. And on the other hand, if the parent chooses the Anglophone system, the child will then write first school living certificate, so on and so forth, and continue bilingually English, German. So, or we have many children who are preparing their children for Germany, and they're already accustomed to the German style of teaching, to German textbooks, to German as the language of instruction, and to the German curriculum. And even in Germany, they won't have any problems to follow the school program there.
Et peut-être une autre question, c'est la connexion avec l'Allemagne. So, and what are the plan to connect the school with Germany? Cooperation on 5-10? Is it a kind of cooperation plan with partnership with some schools here? You can also talk about that on the long term, if there are kind of connection with Germany. For not now, but at least on the long term, when it will be more stable.
And speaking of the compatibility with the German systems, for now, the German Foreign Ministry doesn't foresee accredited German school in the German school network. Thus, we are already cooperating tightly with the Goethe Institute. That means we're in their network of schools, and they are very, very happy and proud about it, because they say that they don't have a nursery and primary school teaching German with the German as a language of instruction and German curriculum in the network yet. So we're the school with the youngest German learners, German students, and they're very, very happy about it. So we have already started with workshops, regular workshops and trainings the Goethe Institute does here at school. We already had one a couple of weeks ago, and the parents and the kids were very excited about it. And we will continue this band with the Goethe Institute, and we'll tighten it stronger and stronger until we are a full-fledged primary school with class 5 and 6, and then we are eligible to then be accredited as a PASH school, which is in this FIT network of German schools teaching German as a language, foreign language, or working with a language of instruction. And like that, we will then continue growing and growing and growing until we can then offer also other certain standardized degrees for German. The way we get there to this international and intercultural mindedness, we want the children to be equipped with, next to also be high-skilled learners, which are also the best in maths, natural sciences, and languages again, is through the 3 curricula, and we also believe that children highly benefit from the German teaching styles, which are more based in action-oriented teaching method. That means they try to explore by themselves and try to analyze, to awaken their own analytical thinking skills, and which also based in the progressive pedagogy. Many people know Maria Montessori, but there are so many more, like Paulo Freire, for example, and others, who also consider it as highly important for children to learn to be critical thinkers, not to believe that everything some authority says is taken for true, but to ask behind who says what and why, which also again motivates their own skills of research, to look behind the matter, not just to learn off head. To learn off head, yes, they have to memorize, to automatize certain things, but also to learn how to learn by themselves, to be independent thinkers. And this is the main header of German pedagogy. What our goal is, and that is written on each pedagogical literature, Western literature, is the emancipated learners, or their goal is to be an emancipated human being, emancipated and empowered. That means also biased through human rights, which is also one huge aspect here in this school. We're still trying to establish stronger and stronger the human rights culture we want to live here. You asked me earlier, why is this place so why does everybody like to be here? Even teachers said if a child is sick, it doesn't want to go on sick leave. They always want to come to school. Why is that like that? And it's because we're already trying to live this human rights culture, and children are free thinkers here, and we respect also them. And this is a huge motive for them to keep on learning. Like at times after lessons, actually they should be tired and go and play. They still look for me in the office and say, Tataina, can we still do this? Can we still do that? I say, okay, let me try to find some time. And they don't want to stop learning. They come and come and come, and that is just beautiful. And that was actually what each teacher wants to have. This German thread, we are establishing it into a huge pillar with different projects. We already, we can carefully say, try to do with Goethe and the German Foreign Ministry. We're trying to build this school, or to establish it strong in a German school network, which is governed by the Goethe Institute, and which people might know as the PASH School Network, Partnerschulen-Netzwerk, or others might know that as FIT schools. And we're already in that network. Goethe comes to our school to do workshops with the children in German. They come with all the material, a huge car with tools, books, games, etc., etc. And they spend the whole day here with the kids doing workshops. Then another liaison has been already achieved with a university in Germany who will send teachers to the school as soon as the corona pandemic is a little bit flattened down and they're allowed to travel again. So we will have a huge exchange with teachers and with the Goethe Institute. And as you know, this school is still a young school, and we're thriving at being having 2 or 3 strong legs, Anglophone, Francophone, and a strong German foot, in 1 foot here and 1 foot in Germany also. The lessons stopped with the children, and even though we tried to continue the lessons with the help of digital devices, or we photocopied homework for the children, and the parents came here to pick them up and to exchange with the homework already done, so on and so forth. Yet it was not the same thing like in the classroom. So, and this year we had our first real run through the whole sequences, and as we look at our children now, we really see them as our children, the way they developed, and the feedback we gain from the parent makes us very, very happy. And we're kind of sad to say, oh no, 8 weeks, we won't see you again, but we will see them later. And if we see them off now, we have noticed real changes, especially in the nursery. They gave us babies who couldn't even pronounce their own name. If you ask them, what is your name? They'll just look at you. And now, if you come tomorrow, you will see them rehearsing. They can say their name. They can introduce themselves in French, in English, and in German. And for the elder ones, they started off like rockets, and we are so happy because they are highly motivated. There are some who didn't even know where German is being spoken. While German, where do you even speak German? So I took them on a ride. We have a globe in the classroom, and I made them identify certain countries on the globe where German is being spoken. Now they know where German is being spoken, and they speak German with me. And what makes me even prouder is, apart from beautiful results and dictations and all that, is that if they see me, they don't even try to address me in French, because they know my French is terrible. That is one point. Just hopeless to speak with me in French. But automatically they try to address me in German, which shows that the concept works. So the concept of the school is the immersion method of language learning has worked out perfectly well. The children dive in. They just try to grab whatever word they have, no matter if declination, conjugation is right or wrong, but they try to get one sentence straight, and which makes us very, very happy. And we also have the feeling that we all grew together like a small family. Yeah, we're not a big school, we're a small school. That also has its advantages because children are always on. They can't just hide within 45 others and just do nothing the whole day. One question, everybody has to shoot and answer, and which makes them active. They're always in participation, and and like this, they also cooperate in the classroom, and they love to come here. They see that they're growing. They see that they're getting something from the school, and actually, I'm very happy if I look at the children and how they developed, and even me, they make me learn every day about themselves, about teaching, about life. I believe that this school enables children to develop into global citizens. If you look at the world today, it's entangled, and we're living in a globalized society, so you can't just look at Cameroon as an isolated island somewhere on the globe. It's connected to all sorts of parts of this globe. And as I already said earlier, Cameroon already has a huge gift for children since it's bilingual, and it's now reinforcing the bilingualism on its citizens. So this is what we are already using. We are already taking the two languages as a heritage, as a capital for children, and turning it into their competences of being able to speak and read and write in the two languages. For GIS Yaounde, multilingualism is the key. It's the most important thing we try to teach the children here, to open the children up for the languages. We don't only also look at English, French, and German. We also motivate them to dig into the national languages of Cameroon, what you call mother languages, like Amileke languages, Bassa languages, the Anglophone languages like Lamso, to motivate them to also look at the heritage of the culture of this country. That one as a side note. So being able to, being multilingual is one, what you call capital, human capital for of children they need in this globalized society. And we also not only stop at languages, we also inculcate other competencies like international esteem, to know that the world is entangled. We always try to make them aware of, look at this place, this place, this place, look at similarity and differences. Also intercultural competencies, which they need very, very much, because we see these children, even if they stay in Cameroon, they need to have this sensitization of being able, of mutual respect for different cultures. You already live in this country, but also if they go out to abroad, to Europe, USA, Asia, or Arab countries, they need all these competences to be in the position to easily move around the globe, and also to